Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay. In this Q&A, I'll be happy to answer any kind of questions. Can everyone hear me? I will answer any questions you may have about the challenge, the meal plans. Hello. Okay. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay. Good. So did everyone posted their weight in the Facebook group?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Anyone had any questions or concerns? Not yet. Okay. Good. Okay, so today was our first day. Did anyone had any issues cooking the food? Did you experience any difficulties? Major headache. Yep. So that is that could be one of the detoxification symptoms, depending on what you had, what you have been eating before. That could be a good reason for that. I have heard it many, many times before. So this gives you, oh, thank you, Patty. That gives you kind of idea what we have been eating before and, you know, what we're changing into. So obviously, if you have been eating plant-based, then you're probably not going to have any detoxification issues. But if you're new to this, it could be, especially if you drink coffee, especially if you eat a lot of meat or animal products and dairy. Okay. Usually, excellent. Sherry is saying went off of coffee. Very good. I invite you to talk. You don't have to. You don't have to type it in. You can talk. It's much nicer to talk to an audience than just reading the comments. Yeah. So okay. Does anyone? I see no one wants to go on video. So I assume you're not really interested in getting the most out of it. So I prefer to talk to someone. You don't have to show your video, but it's nice to talk to someone. I'm putting a lot of effort and sweat in this challenge, and it's nice to talk to people and hear what they have to say. So does anyone has any questions, or would you like to? Can't get the audio screen.
I've got one question for you, Chef.
Sure.
It's a little like not related to today's eating, but I was wondering about that Bragg's organic apple cider.
Yeah.
The unprocessed one called With the Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it has quite a long expiration date on those bottles, like 2 or 3 years. But I've noticed in, I don't know, under 6 or 7 months, that mother gets pretty big in the thing. And I don't know how good it is to be drinking that stuff, or whether you should just buy a new one more often. Or do you know anything about the shelf life of that?
I've never had any issues with the shelf life. Vinegar usually lasts a long, long time.
You know, the apple cider one has the sediment in the bottom, but
I
it
know.
seems to grow. Yeah. I
That's
just buy a newer one so they're lighter color, and then when they get really dark, I just throw it out, I guess, huh?
it's the fermentation in there. That's why. That's normal. But if you don't feel comfortable, then get a new one.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, I finally got it through. I'm tech challenged, so thank God I was able to do it.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please say that
Did-
again?
This is my phone just started to talk. I don't know why. Okay. So what were your wins and challenges for today?
I got my batch cooking done yesterday.
Excellent.
A big win was my husband ate lunch with me. He's a true meat
Mhm.
eater.
Nice.
And he actually enjoyed it. He loves zucchini, so that and black beans. So he overlooked the tomatoes and he really liked the taste. It was great because it's going to be a hard thing. My daughter's not here right now, but she's coming back in a few days, and neither of them want to do this. So
Okay.
I'm not pushing anybody because it took me long enough to get here. I'm going to take the challenge
Mhm.
myself, and hopefully with your recipes, bring them along with me.
Yes. Next week, I'm gonna put some media recipes on the meal plan. So hopefully you will get them on board. It's good that you mentioned this. I would recommend if you have to cook for your family and they're not on board,
Right.
just cook the food what is on a meal plan and only give them a piece of chicken or a piece of fish on top of it.
Good idea.
That's it. Don't even go out of your way to cook a separate meal. Let them have the same food, and after a while, they will actually realize, hey, she doesn't eat any protein, and she survives. What are we doing? We're eating the meat and the chicken and this. There's something, why is that? They all think about it. What's happening here? And I had that many, many times before, and I've seen the spouses come along and the family members come along, and it's just a matter of just doing what you have to do. Don't force anyone. Just inspire. Just let it go. If they don't want it, no problem. And I wouldn't even make a big fuss out of it. The only thing what I would ask them to do is to support you and not to put a wrench in a transmission, so to speak. So just let you do the things you want to do, and they get their protein, and that's it.
Good idea. And I think it'll work. It was amazing that it just happened to be the first recipe. I was like, he really enjoyed it and said this was delicious, and he just ate it all. I didn't make the protein. I just gave him what I had because I had this headache today. I think the headache came from two things. I used to survive on almost no sleep, but now as I'm older, I can't. And I ate late lunch today because we were out for a medical appointment for him.
Mhm.
And by the time we got home, I already had the headache. Once I get them, real hard to get them out. So I tried to lay down and see if I could take a nap and sleep it away. It didn't work. I know it was the combination. Also, I have to make a confession. I have always been a healthier person as far as food choices. Even my family doesn't agree. However, with the bad choices in the house, I am not the meat eater, chicken eater so much, but the sweet eater. So if that was in the house, I would eat the sweets. And so now we don't have the sweets, and I did the last meal type thing before the challenge. I have to confess, it's terrible. Oh, this is the last time I'm going to have this, the last time I'm going to have that type thing.
Okay.
Probably the reason, probably for my headache too. I don't know which one. I don't care. I'm just going to push through this, and I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It was a doozy today. It was bad.
It's, as long as you go back where you come back on the wagon, so to speak,
Mhm.
it's all fine. We all have these urges, and as long as you maintain, 95%, it's good. I mean, you want to try to go with 100%. I understand no one is perfect. I'm not perfect, and I would never hold anyone against it. So all I'm trying to, what I'm trying to have everyone doing is try to go with the meal plan as far as you can to experience how you could feel after maybe a week or 2 weeks. And once you see how you feel after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you never want to go back. It's just getting there. It's almost.
I did about 5 months of pretty much whole food, plant-based type on my own.
Excellent.
I lost 26 or 27 pounds. And then Thanksgiving hit, my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Everybody here, food. And I cook. And it seems like I always fall off the bandwagon Thanksgiving, but it doesn't last 1 or 2 meals. It goes to January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So I am now 19 pounds down from my 27 original.
Okay.
So I didn't want to lose that momentum that I had. I don't want to gain all that weight back. So I found you, thank God, in the nick of time. And I'm hoping this year to get through that hump. And if I do go off, to get back on much quicker, because a month is way too long. And the weight is on real fast.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you had some experience with this already. That's good. But for everyone else here who hasn't had the experience, it's just mind-boggling how great you can feel after a few weeks. So, Sherry, you actually did it without
yes,
sweets?
I'm a nurse, and
Okay.
not that they teach you much nutrition in nursing school, just like doctors don't learn any either.
Yeah.
But I've always been health conscious of that. And so along with the sweets, I'll eat healthy food,
Yeah.
And then I took the course with the Integrative Nutrition, IIN online.
Okay.
2015 to become a nutrition coach.
Yeah.
Have the knowledge, like you said, you can have the knowledge, but until you put it into practice, it means nothing. I could teach anybody, but I couldn't get myself to comply. And I never, as a result of that, did any coaching because I felt guilty. I said, how can I practice? If I'm practicing what I'm preaching, how can I show anybody the way?
Yeah.
So, I'm here to solidify my journey.
Okay.
For my health and for myself as a person who loves helping others,
Yeah.
And I told you my meal plan making, menu planning, and actually getting the meals to be shopped and not thrown out for is the biggest challenge for me. So
okay. Well, you had a good start. So let's hope it's gonna continue this way. Well, I'm honored that you came to me, and
there's a lot to choose from. I can honestly tell you, there's a lot of people.
I know.
Having the experience that I know and the knowledge that I know, there was a lot of classes I could have chosen from. A lot of people I know who are doing this, and I researched you and did some looking into how you were doing it and what you're doing. And I said, this is the one. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad you're my mentor now.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. And I now I can even value it even more since you have been, exposed to the field. And I know there's a lot going on, and good, great. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Anyone else would like to talk? Any questions? Any concerns? I see we have Brenda here. We have two Brendas here, and we have Linda, Patty, Barbara, Donna. Okay,
Two Sherrys.
is it? Oh, it's not you.
There's a Sherry on the right here I see, and I'm Sherry F. Fernandez.
Oh, okay. Sometimes it's the same person. I guess it's not. Okay. Yeah, very often is when you log in. Sometimes some people log in with an iPhone or with an iPhone and an iPad, and then it shows two.
Oh, well, it could be, but
Yeah.
I've seen another Sherry write to you in chat.
Yeah, I see it too. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so basically, you had some excellent questions earlier on and comments. That's very, very important. So once we start this journey, I have seen all kind of detoxification symptoms, from headaches to bloating to I have seen all kind of different ways how people detox. But after about a week, maybe 10 days, everything is going to go back to normal. The meal plan I chose is basically, I didn't want to start with too many beans this week. I mean, too many fibers. So I'm going to ease you in, so to speak. Next week, I'm going to increase the fiber content, and therefore your weight loss should be even better. Basically, the more fibers you eat, the more weight you can lose, which is literally the opposite way how we have been trained for the last, I don't know, 80 years. All the diets tell you eat more protein and you lose weight. And that's not how I create my meal plans, because you do get the protein from a variety of foods. You get them from legumes, from green leafy vegetables, from starchy vegetables. So you cannot really tell, okay, I'm going to have a 4-ounce piece of chicken. We don't have this. So we focus on nutrient dense foods. And that's how my meal plans are created. And during the cooking sessions, you probably saw the zucchini was a very, very simple dish. I mean, literally very simple. Obviously, I will cook different kind of meals, and you will see how I cook the soups, how I cook different things, but it's always the basics, so to speak. And I'm teaching everyone, or I'm trying to convey my basic knowledge the basic knowledge to you. So when you start to eat, on your own, when you start to cook on your own and you want to branch out, you can actually cook anything you want. You just have to, for instance, if I give you 4 or 5 vegetables, I could take it into 4 or 5 different continents, so to speak. For instance, like a ratatouille, we can make it Italian, we can make it a teriyaki. It doesn't call ratatouille anymore. It's just going to call a vegetable teriyaki. But we could literally take 5 ingredients and make them go around the world and make different flavors. This is what I'm trying to do during the challenge as well. Show you that you could eat literally every day something different, and it's super easy to produce. Sometimes I hear people say, oh, it's always a stew, but we have other things. But in the beginning, I'm going to start with the basics, and then later we're going to do like lentil loaves and other things that are a little bit more complex. But I don't want to expose you to the more difficult recipes. So in the beginning, I'm going to start easy, and then I'm going to progress with the recipes, make them a little bit more substantial, so to speak, because I know some of you like to see some texture in the food. And so that's where we go towards the end of the challenge. But the importance is that the takeaway is that you can create literally any dish you want to create, and that you can do with the basics. Okay.
I have to admit, I really enjoy the simplicity of the menu and the recipes,
Yeah, thank you.
because I'm going to post some pictures of the books and books and books that I have of recipes. And it's not just like before whole health food, before plant-based diet.
Mhm.
The books that I have, I'm a book person, and I collect and collect and collect, and all the greatest intention.
Mhm.
And now I have the whole food plant-based diet books that have all the recipes. And yet, if it's an everyday life, you're not doing most of those recipes.
Yeah.
And even if you had time to do most of them, like I said, the challenges, the shopping, the menu planning, so the wastage and all of that, you make one meal, now you're left with ingredients that, what do you do with these now for this? That's what I'm here to learn. As you get further in, I know that you can do that. I know you're capable. I'm not capable at this point. I know what's healthy. I know what's right to eat. I don't have the knowledge of how to put this together. So I'll post you. You'll be in shock. You think I have a bookstore.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I love books, and I buy books all the time. But in the end, it's just very often I'm afraid to look at the books, because I don't want to copy anything. Even though you will see probably plenty of similarities, because the internet has 3 billion websites, or how many? And so everyone is copying everyone. I've seen this, but the thing is, when I go on different blogs, for instance, and see beautiful dishes, and then I recognize something. Oh, look at this! I cooked this 25 years ago, and 25 years ago we didn't have the internet, so it sometimes, as a chef, you see recipes you haven't cooked in 10, 15, 20 years, but they were out there then, and there's nothing new. There's just there were a bunch of chefs who started this, and then everyone went on the bandwagon, so to speak, and that's how everything became viral. And I try to be very, very cautious when I create my recipes. What I do is I lock myself up in a room, and I have a few ingredients, and I just, in my mind, play around with the flavors. That's how I create my recipes. And I be honest, sometimes when I publish a new recipes, it could be a flop, because I literally created in my mind. I do this always, and what we have done in the past, we started to cook our new recipes on a Sunday when we do our batch cooking, and I tell everyone, hey, listen, this is the first time I created this recipe. It could be a flop, and you know what? Sometimes I have seen members who cooked the same recipe what I was cooking, literally to the same time. And then they said, oh, it's great. I said, oh my goodness, you cooked it? And I wanted to see if how my recipe came out. And then I can tell you, okay, go ahead. But sometimes they cook it right away. And I mean, so far I had one little issue before, but other than this, I never had an issue. And that's how I try to create my recipes, because I want to be very careful of what I put out there, and I want to make sure that even though they're simple, they're my recipes.
Well, they were a hit today.
Good, excellent. Okay, let me see if we have any comments here. Do you keep in a fridge? Let's see.
I wrote that when the first lady was asking about the apple cider vinegar.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely.
'Cause, yeah, I
Karen,
keep mine there anyway.
pardon me?
That's where I keep mine, the Bragg's apple cider vinegar.
Yes.
Oh.
I think they tell you to, but I'm not positive.
Oh,
As far
no,
as,
that's a good point, Donna. Absolutely. I keep mine always in the fridge.
yeah, so that could be why hers is turning
Oh.
colors.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
It-
for the tip.
You're welcome.
Oh
You're
my
welcome, hon.
goodness. I keep mine always in the fridge. I didn't even question this. I should have. But the thing is, it's fermenting, and as long as something is fermenting, as long as it doesn't taste completely out of context, it should be okay. But I would get a new vinegar. So keep it in the fridge, no, Karen?
I got 2 new bottles I bought yesterday, so I'm all set.
Excellent, excellent. That's good. Good point, Donna. Good. Anyone else has any questions or concerns? Let me know.
I did some, I was wondering if you ever had any Instant Pot recipes.
Yes.
Okay, because I find it quick, although people think it's very quick, it's not, because it has to rise and come down, and it does take a little longer than you think, but you can forget about it. So
Right.
that for grains and
That's
beans.
why I love the Instant Pot. Yeah. But then again, I found a trick to speed up my Instant Pot cooking. So what I do is I always start with the saute feature. And depending on if I want to do slow cooking or pressure cooking, I always turn on this saute feature from the beginning. And then I saute my onions, garlic, whatever it is first. Even if I do my chili, for instance, I'm going to saute all these ingredients first. And then once I add all the other ingredients, the tomato juice or tomato paste, or what is it, crushed tomatoes, and all the other ingredients, that's when I'm going to close it and pressure cook it or slow cook it, and it's going to be hot already. It's hot literally in a minute or two. And
Right.
so from that point of view, I like to, even though if I don't have to saute anything, I put it on a saute feature so the pot gets hot, the empty pot.
I've heard people say, like, for instance, they're making rice, they'll boil the water to get it hot in the pot before they even start. But I
Yes.
think turning on the saute, I've done that too. It does have
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's a good point too. I mean, with rice, it's always a good idea to cook the rice, the water first, and then put the rice in. It's, white rice is exactly 17 minutes. Of course, in an Instant Pot, it's how long? A minute or so?
I don't know about the white rice. I know that, yeah, it's very fast. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't really make white rice very often, but the brown rice, depending on who you're looking at, they're talking, let's see, 15 minutes to 24. The
Yeah.
24-minute people add a little extra water, and the 15-minute people have less water.
Yeah.
Almost 1-to-1.
But it depends what kind of brown rice you get. You have Trader Joe's quick brown rice that cooks in 25 minutes, and then you have the real brown rice, which definitely takes 20-25 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
I do the real brown rice. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I do have Instant Pot recipes, and I usually describe it there. I usually have both methods on it. I have the Instant Pot, and then I have the stovetop method on it.
Great. That's good to know.
Yeah. Let me ask you, did I spoke to you this morning, or was it a different Sherry?
a different Sherry.
Different Sherry. I apologize.
That's
Okay.
okay. That's okay.
Um,
That's why I put up the Sherry F, because we had two screens when I
Yeah.
first using it. It's Sherry, and I said, you know what, let me put in Sherry F.
Okay.
So,
Good. Excellent. Okay. Brenda Beckett, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing? We have,
Hello, I'm okay.
haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I've been trying to get back on the right track.
Okay.
A lot of this personal stuff going on and trying to just start over.
Okay.
They had had blood work done, weight, blood pressure, and all that good stuff. So just trying to start fresh.
Okay.
And when I first got here, I was at 255 pounds. I got down to 130. I mean 230. Sorry, I wish it was 130, but 230. And now I went back up, but then I went back down again. So right now I'm at 236.
236.
Mhm.
Okay. So good. You maintained your weight.
Well, I went up a little bit,
Mhm.
and then I started to bring back in. So I'm trying to get back on track like I need to be. So I didn't go too far off, but farther than I
Okay.
want to be, and further away from where I,
Yes.
below the 200 that my initial goal,
Okay.
which is not my final goal. It's just the first step of where I want to be.
Okay.
Just trying to get back on track, trying to just get back on track. I just kind of got off when my dad passed and my brother passed.
I'm
It
so
kind
sorry.
of threw me for a loop, and just trying to get it back together.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always here to help. Please reach out to me if you need any help. I'm here. I'm here for you.
I set up an onboarding session, so
You did.
I appreciate that.
I didn't hear you. You set up what?
So my win is that I said my win would be that I didn't go too far off track, but I'm getting back there. So I'm looking forward to just feeling better,
Good.
just feeling better for right now.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Excellent.
and like I said, I gained so much weight, but not far from where I was. And surprising, my blood pressure is not through the roof, but it's not. I was very surprised at the doctor's appointment today. So
Did you get a vital check?
I did get my blood work done, but I'm just waiting for the
Okay.
results to come back, and I'll update you all.
Have you been eating whole food plant-based or?
Mostly yes. Holidays, no.
No, I know. We know that. That's that's all of us. Except me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
But
didn't eat any.
I'm getting back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm getting back there. So yeah.
Excellent.
And
All
it
right.
works. It works because I improved, because I was 255 pounds when I first started with you.
Great.
And
Thank
I
you.
was almost to my 200. But I went the other way, so now I'm heading back the right way. So
Okay. You see, since you Brenda's actually with me quite a while, but since you have finished the last program, I have changed a lot. I mean,
right.
a lot I have changed with my program. And you haven't even seen what I've created so far. So I think you're going to be very, very surprised. Let me share one of my my screen with you, and I
Okay.
just want to show you the sheet. This is a very, very simple sheet. That's basically for all challengers. But I do have a different sheet for members who have a a 12 months program or 12 months, how you call it, goal, so to speak. So for you, it's, let's say you're doing this challenge right now only. For you, it's really important. You want to set yourself a goal, and everyone else in a challenge, everyone else here who is doing the challenge, you can do the same. I have briefly talked about it in our orientation. Before you start, you want to make sure you talk to your family, that you get their support, and you want to not clean up, but organize your pantry so that it's, I'm not saying that it's not organized, but it's just take away all the trigger foods, and that goes in there. And then the orientation is basically knowing where everything is, how to get to the Facebook group, how to get to the calendar, very important, and how to get into the library. So that's your orientation. But then really the most important part is your goal next to your why. Your goal is during the challenge, you want to, let's say you want to lose 12 pounds, let's say a little bit aggressive, but that would be 3 pounds per week. And then every week when you come into the accountability sessions, we check on your progress and see if you have achieved it. And I do the same in my in the membership, but we do this throughout the year, and it's just absolutely mind-boggling how people are losing weight. Just absolutely incredible with the accountability coaching sessions. And of course, your why is very, very important. No?
Okay.
So, okay. Just wanted to mention this, that you can set your goal this way, and please reach out to me if you want to schedule a call with me, a free call. Let me know so I can fill you in.
I think I have a call with you on the 12th.
Oh, you
I
do?
think.
Okay, good,
Mm-hmm.
excellent. This is going to be that's a game changer. I can promise you that, and I'm very excited about that.
Okay, I am too.
Good, excellent. I just want to give you a little heads up. We have the members what I have already. I upgraded them to 2 individual coaching sessions per month. I did this because I do it for new members. And so I wanted everyone to have the same benefits, so to speak. And I did realize that everyone was interested in it. So I got literally bombarded with onboarding calls this week and next week. So that's why you probably didn't see much time on the calendar. And I literally, we call it, I should have done it maybe a month later after the challenge, but it's okay. Now it's done, and that's it. But I'm very excited about it and to help.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anyone else has any questions?
How's your son?
Both have COVID now.
Oh, both have.
Both, and my wife. So I'm the only one.
Good thing you
holding
know how to cook.
Yeah, no? Isn't that great? So yeah, because I have to feed them, and
I'd be lost here.
Yeah.
I'd get my goal real fast.
And I joke with them, I go to my first son and I knock on the door and say, room service. Oh, and then, hello, would you like to have, and then I try to upsell and this and that, just joke with them.
Oh,
And that's fun because
Okay. I'll pray for them.
Thank you. Thank
hard.
you. Thank
How
you.
old are they, the sons?
They're 23 and 28, 27.
27.
Yeah.
I'm a 21-year-old who lives here with me now.
Oh, okay. Good, good. Yeah. Yeah. One just finished college and yeah. So good. Okay. Yeah, I would say I don't have any more to say for tonight. I would say I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but I would say we have more sessions throughout the week. Check your calendar. I try to give you emails to update you on what's going on. And yeah, I see you throughout the week. Okay.
You have a lot on your plate,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it's yeah, I get through this. That's fine. That's fine. I love what I do.
No, thank you for
Yes.
being here.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's
Thank you,
Um,
Chef. Good night.
you're very welcome. One thing I wanted to say is what I really like is when, for instance, what Brenda said. Brenda lost how much? 30 pounds. This makes me feel like in a candy store. You know, I always say this when someone was successful in losing weight and achieved something, it makes me feel good, and that's what drives me to continue. That's very, very important to me. Okay, good. Have a good night, everyone.
You too. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Chef.
Bye-bye.
I will. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.